Welcome to Waco, Texas, home of the Baylor Bears and McLean Stadium. Boats lining the brazos as the Baylor line is ready to welcome the Bears onto the field. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Air Force Falcons, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Baylor Bears. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Bears will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Air Force Falcons offense will get the first crack at it here. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
The play-action fake. Caught in the backfield, it's Harris. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He makes the catch. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The give to the tailback.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
The RPO, it's complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Using his legs, it's Harris. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He's got the tight end. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
3rd and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
And the Falcons will punt it away on 4th down. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. The Bears offense has the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
And he's a real nowhere man, tackled in this no-gain land. Wants to throw. It's Robertson. Throws to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. The Bears will call on their punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Tackled, but he has a first down. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. On the run, it's Harris.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
They'll go right back to him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable in run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
The Falcons will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Off the RPO, complete. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. And the Bears want to crank the tempo.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. They'll run it from the gun.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. And just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
The option look. He'll toss it. Past the 25. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a first down for this offense. Looking for a crease to the left. Able to get a couple on the play. He's down at the 9. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. To the air. It's Robertson. He caught it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And that's a great job by this defense. You don't care about yards anymore. Yards are arbitrary. Let them drive down the field, so be it. You want to keep touchdowns off the board, and they might have just done that with a sack right there.
They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. Field goal is good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. NC State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This Pac team has picked itself up before, and they are capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Louisiana Tech. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Reads it, fires complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. Quickly complete. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Back to throw, it's Busha. Finds us back in the middle. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Get it out on the screen. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. That's the end of the quarter, and it's Baylor holding the edge. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. And the Falcons are flying down the field. They want to just keep throwing it. Got a man. It's Latham. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a first down. Used the play fake. Now to throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. You use the play action to try to slow down the rush, make the defense hesitant. In that case, they weren't hesitant at all.
No, they weren't, and it was a nice job with respect to effort on defense. You saw guys engaged one-on-one. They got dudes beating some blocks, lots of speed in the front of that defense, and you saw it on that play.
After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. Powers through the defender. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. Throwing right. And the pass hits. Picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live in dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. New set of downs after that completion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Complete to the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Bears line it up with a 1st and goal. Dropping back, it's Robertson. He's got it on the run. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Single back formation, and they give it to him. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Back to the ground with the running back. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1. The Falcons in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Intercepted. Taking it the other way. He's at the 10. Touchdown Bears! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. He'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. To the air, it's Busha. Got his man on the right. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Falcons will bring the punt team onto the field. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play, just outside the 20. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offensive success.
They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. The officials move it 5 yards back, and it's 1st and 15 for this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack.
This defense needed something to go right. Man, they're down big already in the first half. Get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. This could start some momentum going back the other direction.
2nd down now after the sack. Looking downfield, it's Robertson. Got his man quickly. Still on his feet at the 45. Hit the afterburners, kid. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Looking for a crease. It's Richardson. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. They'll run it out of the shotgun. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Makes the grab down the middle. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Going up top on first down. What a snag by the defense. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
Who says defensive backs don't have hands? Nice job breaking on the football and making the catch. A lot of times you see guys swat it down or you see them trying to catch it. It looks like they have 2 left hands. Defensive backs don't catch real well. Nice job breaking on the football. Nice job securing the INT and actually catching it.
Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
The Falcons will hustle to the line. Dropping back, it's Busha. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Oh, he would have loved to pick up a few more yards on that return, but they've still got it at the 31.
Well, I love the job by the coaching staff there defensively, matching the personnel of the offense, putting their dime package out on the field. So you bring out the extra defensive back, you're anticipating a pass, perfect timing to run that personnel, and you get the pick.
Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then, and that pass picked off. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to, and as a result, that's now his 2nd pick thrown in this game.
And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. He'll start this drive firing. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Latham. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Oh, he just flat dropped it. He had the ball and didn't work it all the way in, and it'll be 4th down. Hauls it in at the 25. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Snags it on the right. Oh, look out, there he goes. Touchdown, Baylor! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
When these offenses get in the rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. NC State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This Pac team has picked itself up before, and they are capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Louisiana Tech. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Back to throw, it's Busha. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Makes the grab. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Falcons will line it up on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He's going to let it go. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Gets rid of it. Catch in the middle, it's Harris. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Getting some heat. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down. The Falcons will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Waco. And it's been a clinic in fundamental defensive football. Both teams have been relentless and ball hawking, refusing to give an inch. This is the kind of slugfest that real football fans love. Crushing tackles and dudes flying into gaps and passing lanes. A testament to the discipline both of these teams have shown. And with that, let's send it back to the guys along the banks of the Brazos River at McLean Stadium.
On the move from inside is 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Fires to the big fella. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Short completion last play. Let's see if they throw it again. From the gun, running back on the move. Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26. Facing a 3rd down and short from the 26. Looking to throw, it's Robertson. Quickly to the tight end. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down. It'll bring up a big decision. And the Bears line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. They go to the ground. Shakes off the tackler. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Pocket starts to collapse. Extending the play. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Unleashes one. Complete in the middle. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. They'll run the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Trying play action. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
The 3rd down offense has not been good, and add this one to the tab. Another 3rd down stop. They give up the sack. They're down by 3+ possessions. Nothing going this offense's way.
And the Falcons will try to pin them back with the punt. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Fair catch called for and made around the 20-yard line. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive.
Nothing but green ahead. Inside the 30. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
That last big play has them in business just outside the red zone. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Finds his big tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Couldn't find his man last time. Now they'll have to convert 3rd and 4. Dropping back, it's Robertson. They're bringing heat. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. The defense was in the dime package. They didn't have to send an extra rusher. The big fellas up front took care of that.
Yeah, and all dime means is I'm bringing an extra fast guy on the field and taking an extra fat guy off the field. But listen, the fat guys still get home. Isn't that beautiful? The big, athletic defensive line still does a great job getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets him up to the 24. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. Off play action. He's going to throw deep right side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. They'll try to get the first through the air. He's right on target. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The Falcons with the 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Can anyone catch him? Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. That celebration turned sour quickly after they saw that flag, and it wiped out the big play and the touchdown. The pull and throw off the RPO. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Ball's at the 27. His offense facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Safe completion on the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. And the Falcons will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until...
Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. That big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Touchdown Falcons! How about that D coming up with a play like that? What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Right down the boulevard. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Texas Tech is showing little remorse for its opponent today. Feels like ever since they arrived at the stadium, that Red Raiders offense has been a buzzsaw. They're up 14 over North Texas. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's Robertson. They're working that left side. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. That's the end of the quarter, and it's Baylor holding the edge. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On the ground, it's Reese. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. Oh, he dropped it! Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And, man, he got the 1st down, and I know all you probably say, hey, slide, get down, don't take the hit, don't fumble, but that guy's thinking touchdown. He's thinking I can break these tackles and try to make a play, got held up, coughed up the football, defense recovers. Man, that's a big blow for the offense.
Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time. Hits him inside the 20, still going. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Comes out throwing on 1st down. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll try the run. Pulled down after picking up 5 to the 6-yard line. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. Looking for the score. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Air Force.
Wow, what a play. We're going to need to see that again to make sure he makes this catch and gets the foot in bounds. That was a great acrobatic play, understanding where you're at on the field to make that big catch.
He'll try to tack on one more. smashes it through for the PAT. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. 14. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. From the gun, the ground game. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Bears send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. On the move, it's Harris. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. They'll give it to the back. Runs through a tackle. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw, it's Busha. Forced out of the pocket. He'll pull it down. When you've been around like this guy has, you know how valuable picking up the first down with your feet can be. Using the quick game. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Buys a little time. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. They'll try to run for it. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. The Falcons are moving quickly down the field. On the move, it's Harris. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. After the good pickup on 1st down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. They've been running it, but now the pass. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Fires to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Hauls it in. And he's knocked down immediately, but they're in the red zone at the 14. They'll go to the ground. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking for a man. It's Busha. Got it! And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet. They'll try to pound their way in. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. 2nd and goal for this offense. He's looking to throw. Touchdown, Falcons! And here they come, almost all the way back. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they can lose this ball game.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
27, Air Force, 21.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute it.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Third down is where the money is made, but they're lucky to be here after that ball was loose. Looking downfield, it's Robertson. Wide open downfield. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. And the Bears want to move quickly.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And on a critical third down here in the fourth quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. The give to the back. Shows him the stiff arm. He's able to fight his way for a couple of yards, but it'll be fourth down and 3. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Line gets set, first down. He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now first down from the 37. With the catch, it's Harris. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. To throw, it's Busha. He's got it. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They're going to throw it again. Still looking, on the move. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the first down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory. He wants to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on second down. Throws to the wideout. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Makes the grab, and it's plenty for the first down. Touchdown, Air Force! Somehow, they got up off the deck, they fought back, and they've tied the game.
Man, that drive right there is exactly what you dream about. That's how you want your offense to perform. Under a clutch situation, you take the ball down the field, get the score, and now an extra point away from taking the lead late in this ball game.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point gives them a 1-point lead here in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Ole Miss came through with a lunch pail, hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won, and the fact this wasn't ever really in question. It's one game, you don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. Back to throw, it's Robertson. Looking down the middle. Got his man. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. He's moving out of the pocket. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left. Trying to get to it. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
Second down coming up.
Every second is meaningful, and they save a few of them with the spike. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. 4th down, gotta have it here. He's taking a deep shot. And the pass is incomplete, and the ball game is over, and this will be a game of what might have been. Well, after back-to-back losses, this team is really teetering on the edge of disaster.
They got to try to hold on to the positives, as hard as that is to do right now, having lost a couple back-to-back, because this team has good players, and they've got good schemes on both sides of the ball. Just things have not gone their way. They just need to make a few more plays to turn this thing.
Yeah, and then they can do it, and they will do it. Listen, you got to get the players right. You got to get those guys in there believing. This is part of what happens. You got to take a few lumps sometimes, take those losses, but this team's going to figure it out. You can tell they got the right stuff.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.